Welcome everyone to another episode of Top 5. Today we will be looking at my top 5 heartbreaking moments in gaming. Coming in at number 5, we have Halo 4, Cortana and Chief's Goodbye.
Cortana.
Halo has always had a special place in my heart. It was one of the first-person shooter games that I ever played. And the Halo campaigns have always been very special to me and have always been one of my favorite parts of each Halo game. For anyone familiar with the Halo franchise, you know the connection between Master Chief and Cortana.
How?
Oh, I'm the strangest thing you've seen all day?
They have been an iconic duo throughout gaming itself,
I'm not coming with you this time.
but throughout the Halo franchise,
What?
they're pretty much always together. And when they're not,
Most of me
it's
is in
Master
there.
Chief's main priority to get her back.
I only held enough back to get you off the ship.
No. That's not. We go together.
It's already done.
At the end of Halo 4, Master Chief finds himself
It was my
in a
job.
position that he never wanted to be in. One where he has to say
We're supposed to
goodbye
take care of each
to one of
other.
his very best friends.
And we did.
Cortana and Chief have always had a special bond. Some will say it's a love interest,
Please.
which I'm not really sure how it would work, but you know what? Chief deserves love too. This ending was very emotional for anyone that had played throughout the Halo franchise. Thinking about Cortana actually leaving was really, really tough. And definitely pulled on those heartstrings.
Welcome home, John.
As heartfelt and emotional as this ending was, the upcoming heartbreaking moments had a little bit more impact on me personally, which is why this one will come in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost, Death, Shepard Betrayal, Heartbreak, Tearjerker. This one hurts. This one sucks. As you and Ghost escape a near-death experience, fighting for your lives, trying to escape a deadly mission that you had just completed, all seems well as Shepard and his army arrives, seemingly to rescue you.
Coming around, heading 250. Roger, I got him lined up.
Only to find out that Shepard is a piece of garbage who sucks. Seeing this one will always sting. It always brings back the memory of seeing it for the first time, where I think majority, if not every single Call of Duty player was left in shock after this twist. I think part of what hurts the most about this moment is that you're just minutes away from being warned to not trust Shepard by Captain Price.
Do not trust Shepard! I say again, do not trust Shepard!
But unfortunately it comes just a little too late. Coming in at number 3 is Joel's death in The Last of Us 2. I did a playthrough of The Last of Us 2 on my channel, and having known Joel from the first Last of Us game, thinking about Joel being gone was something that I didn't really anticipate. I think for the fans of the Last of Us franchise, Joel's death was a nightmare come true.
What's going on?
Let him go.
I think of all major character deaths in games, this one has to be one of the most controversial ones I've ever seen.
We gotta get out of here.
Many say that the death wasn't necessary. There are some that say that maybe it was okay that it happened, but maybe not so soon in the game. And there are some that are completely outraged that Joel was killed. And for a lot of people, it ruined the entire game.
Please stop. Please don't shoot. Joel, please get up.
I think this one holds the number 3 spot because of just how brutal it was. The Last of Us games have been known to not hold anything back and to be very gritty, very gory, and just flat out brutal. And this was definitely the case for Joel's death. It was hard to watch, and even now it's tough to go back and look at it. Coming in at number 2 is the ending of Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption is one of my favorite games. I love Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, but the first one will always hold a special place for me in terms of my favorite games. The ending of Red Dead Redemption was one that was very sad, but also fueled a lot of rage. For those familiar with the Red Dead Redemption story, John Marston was tasked with helping the government track down members of his former gang in order to make them pay for their crimes, which would in turn grant John and his family a life of peace and a life free from crime. At least that's what they told him. At the end of the game, we find that the government did not keep their promise and unleashes the US Army on John and his family. In an intense firefight, John holds back the army as long as he can, but ultimately has to send his wife and his son away on a horse to escape, knowing that there's probably not much of a chance that he'll get out alive.
Don't be worried about me, you hear? Now get going.
John sends away his wife and his son and has one last stand with the army and the federal agents that have been hunting him down for years. It's always hard to have games that kill off the main character. It always kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And this ending is one that really sucked to deal with for a long time. Going back and watching the end of this game really frustrated me because it reminded me of how much I hated the fact that this happened. And with the emotion of this ending and just how long you spend with the character, with John, only to have him killed at the end, is why that comes in at the number 2 spot on this top 5 list. Coming in at number 1 is the ending of The Walking Dead Telltale game, Season 1, Lee's death. For any of you that have seen or played through the Walking Dead Telltale games, they are incredibly captivating. The stories are awesome. And for a game that's simply point and click, it's incredibly engaging and immersive. In the beginning of Season 1, Lee Everett finds Clementine hiding in her treehouse in her backyard. Not really knowing what's going on, Lee decides that he needs to help take care of Clementine, seeing that her parents are not home and her babysitter has turned into a zombie. Lee and Clementine go throughout the entire season together, escaping near-death moments, all kinds of drama, hordes of zombies, cannibals, marauders, thieves, and through it all, they become one of the most iconic duos in gaming. Their father-daughter dynamic makes this ending so emotional, and it makes it so heartbreaking to watch and to play through. In probably the most unlucky way possible, Lee ends up getting bitten by a zombie. And at that point, they know exactly what's going to happen to him in time.
No.
These games do have different endings depending on the choices you make, so the endings can be slightly varied, but from what I've seen, this seems to be the common trend of them having Clementine shoot Lee in order to stop him from turning.
Yes, Clem, it is.
I am not ashamed to say that I bawled like a child when I played this ending and when I played through Season 1, because this ending absolutely rocked me.
I'm okay.
Throughout the season, Lee is a strong character that seems to have all the answers, and even when he doesn't, he finds a way to get things done. And his ultimate priority throughout the entire game is to protect Clementine.
We'll figure it all out.
And now, at this point, you realize that he'll no longer be able to do that, and Clementine will have to take care of herself. Lee uses his final moments to make sure Clementine remembers the most important things in order to survive.
You're strong, Clem. You can do anything.
So even at his lowest points and even at his final moments, he's still finding ways to protect Clementine.
It's okay. Megan, first days we met. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
With all the history between Lee and Clementine, and the emotion of this moment, and just all the factors surrounding the choices that had to be made, make this the #1 heartbreaking moment in gaming for me. I appreciate you guys watching the second episode of Top 5. If you guys have any suggestions for a Top 5 video to do, definitely let me know. I'd be happy to check it out. And if there are any heartbreaking moments that you can think of that weren't on the list, definitely let me know. I'd be happy to know what you guys think.